Mission of the Saints, Lord Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 4, 7-8. Whenever there is a decay of dharma, righteousness, and an ascendancy of unrighteousness, I manifest myself for the protection of the virtuous, the destruction of the vicious, and for the establishment of righteousness. I thus manifest myself age after age. This is the mission of God and saints. Saints are His representatives and appear here at appropriate times and help in their own way to fulfill that mission. For instance, when spiritual preceptors are humiliated, when nobody cares for religious instructions, when everybody thinks himself very learned, and when people begin to partake of forbidden food and intoxicating drinks. When under the cloak of religion, people indulge in malpractices. When people belonging to different sects fight amongst themselves. The orthodox forget their religious practices. When yogis neglect their meditation, when people begin to think that wealth, progeny, and wife are their sole concern and thus turn away from the true path of salvation, then saints appear and try to set matters right by their words and actions. They serve us as beacon lights and show us the right path for us to follow. In this way, many saints, Nivritti, Jnanadev, Muktabai, Namdev, Gora, Gunai, Ekanath, Tukaram, Narahari, Narsibhai, Sajan Kasai, Sawata, Ramdas, and various others, appeared at various times to show people the right path. And Sai Baba also arrived on earth with the same mission. Sai Baba's personality. It is on account of Sai Baba that Shirdi grew into importance. Let us see what sort of personage Sai Baba was. He had conquered this samsar, worldly existence, which is very difficult to cross. Peace or mental calm was his ornament, and he was the repository of wisdom. He was the home of Vaishnava devotees and was very liberal, like Karna. He had no love for perishable things and was always engrossed in self-realization, which was his sole concern. He felt no pleasure in the things of this world or of the world beyond. His heart was as clear as a clean mirror, and his speech always rained nectar. The rich or poor were the same to him. He did not know or care about honor or dishonor. He was the Lord of all beings. He spoke freely, interacted with everyone, saw acting and dances of Nach girls, and listened to Gajal songs. Yet he did not swerve an inch from samadhi, mental equilibrium. The name of Allah was always on his lips, and while the world awoke, he slept, and while the world slept, he was vigilant. His inside was as calm as the deep sea. His ashram could not be determined, and nor could his actions be determined with certainty. And though he lived in one place, he knew all the transactions that took place in the world. His Darbar royal court was imposing. He told hundreds of stories daily, and yet he did not break his vow of silence. He always leaned against the wall in the masjid and walked in the morning, noon, and evening towards the Lendi and Chavadi. He abided in the self at all times. Though an enlightened soul, he acted like a normal human being. He was meek, humble, and pleased everyone. Such was Sai Baba, and as the soil of Shirdi was trodden by Sai Baba's feet, it attained extraordinary importance. Just as Jananeshwar had elevated Alandi and Ekanath elevated Python, Sai Baba elevated Shirdi. Blessed are the grass and stones of Shirdi, for they could easily kiss the holy feet of Sai Baba and receive the dust from his feet on their heads. Shirdi became, for us devotees, another Pandharpur, Jagannath, Dwarka, Banaras, Kashi, Rameshwar, Badrikadar, Nasik, Triambakeshwar, Ujjain, and Mahabaleshwar Gokarn. contact with Sai Baba in Shirdi was like our Veda and Tantra, as it calmed our consciousness of the world and rendered self-realization easy. The darshana of Sri Sai was our yoga sadhana, and speaking to him destroyed our sins. Shampooing his legs was our bath in the Triveni Prayag, and drinking the holy water from his feet destroyed our desires. To us, his commands were Vedas, and accepting his udi, sacred ashes, and prasad was purifying. He was our Sri Krishna and Sri Rama, who gave us solace, and he was our Parabrahma, absolute reality. He